Dungeons are dangerous places filled with all kinds of monsters, and it's exciting to see an OPMC kill these monsters, level up, and eventually become the strongest in the world. I myself am a fanatic for dungeon manhwa, and if you're here, looking for some great dungeon manhwa to add to your list, then you're going to love these manhwa. In this video, I'll share with you the top 5 best dungeon manhwa where the MC is overpowered. Number 5, I have an SSS rank trait, but I want a normal life. It has 56 chapters. One day, monsters suddenly invaded Earth, and strange beings like constellations appeared. On top of that, people were able to use magical powers through awakening. Wars were waged and the world changed forever. But none of that matters to you, Sungwon, a normal office worker living an ordinary life. Unfortunately, his peaceful days end when he somehow ends up becoming a rare SSS class knight with equipment and traits to die for or kill for. If people find out about his perks, they would hunt him down and take everything. To avoid getting killed, he must leave his normal life behind and get stronger. But who made him a knight and why? Number 4, Knocking on the Dungeon Door. It has 100 chapters. Hyunbok Kim is a normal guy living in a studio apartment. One day, the front door of his apartment mysteriously gets connected to a dungeon. At first, he was intrigued and tried to explore the dungeon, but that didn't last long once he saw a real goblin and barely survived. He obtains a system and it falls upon him to clear the dungeon, and somehow make it out into the real world once again. Fortunately, he's not alone. With the help of some skeleton friends, he starts learning magic. Will he be able to knock on the dungeon door and face the monsters within? Number 3, The Dungeon Cleaning Life of a Once Genius Hunter. It has 64 chapters. Junwoo Kim dedicated his life to being a hunter and managed to become the world's first SSS-ranked hunter. Hailed as a genius, he became the strongest hunter in the world, but it all came crashing down due to rumors about him assaulting a civilian. On his way back home, he gets ambushed and killed by unknowns. He wakes up 10 years into the past, and with his skills and abilities gone, he was back to being a weak and normal person. To get his powers back, he must become a dungeon cleaner. Once the strongest on Earth, and now a dungeon cleaner, he must become stronger once again and figure out who killed him. Number 2, Reborn Ranker Gravity User. It has 60 chapters. Monsters have invaded the world through an interdimensional hole, and levels and skills needed to oppose them have manifested. Not knowing that its limits would surface early on, Ikoma chooses the Thief class and worked his way up to being an S-ranked adventurer. However, his skills don't advance as much as he thought they would, and he's ultimately brought to ruin. It's then that a ferocious dragon attacks the town he lives in. Ikoma determinedly fights against it, but is absolutely no match for it and is given a fatal wound. But miraculously, he succeeds in using his thief skill to steal a rare item from the dragon which can rewind time. Now that Ikoma has gone back 10 years, he makes use of the knowledge he gained the first time around to gain the Hidden Gravity Manipulator class. Number 1, Han Dae-sung Return from Hell. It has 64 chapters. MC is a middle schooler who suddenly collapses in the street on the way to school. His spirit is sent to Hell, where must adapt and overcome, and eventually kill the ruler of Hell. Upon returning to Earth, he finds that he's been in a vegetative state for 10 years, even though 80 years passed in the underworld. His system gives him quests to recover his strength in no time, and he registers to become a hunter, whose class is matchless. Here is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please show your support by liking the video and subscribing to the channel.